quick preface before I begin. The SCP that I am going to be reading today revolves around a word that was translated as Eyling. However, that is not actually a word. Using the original file of the SCP, the word most similarly translates to wandering. Therefore, I will be substituting that word. SCP-161-JP. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Patients of SCP-161-JP must not hear words meaning wander. In addition, they must not be allowed to recognize its phonemes. Facilities dealing with patients must maintain the highest levels of quarantine. Description: SCP-161-JP is a mental disorder that affects cognition towards the action and concept of wandering. From patients of SCP-161-JP, cognition towards the action of wandering and concepts related to them are lost retroactively. As a result, for example, a motion of a ballerina wandering around is recognized to the patient as a motion of simply spinning around single-legged, and a false memory which guides patients to think that the motion was such so retrospectively is created. As an extreme example, the Japanese traditional art No, which consists mostly of performers wandering and walking, is recognized to the patients as performers simply walking around with a fan in hand. Patients of SCP-161-JP that recognize words meaning wander as a spoken sound lose all memory of the past few hours. This symptom also occurs when they cite the phonemes of the word. Experiment Log Excerpt. Subject: Hey, for how long will this test go on? Researcher: The test will be over soon. Well then, I will do a particular action now, so please explain the action in your words. Researcher moves his arms to and fro. Now please explain. You were just sitting in the chair. Understood. Well, then, next. Researcher points at the whiteboard, which says, Children are wandering around in the yard. Please read this sentence aloud. Children are, wandering around. Guess I don't know the word. The word is wandering. Right there, is it not? Huh? Oh yes, that's it. Wandering. Slipped my mind. How could... Subject suddenly loses expression, and eyeballs cramp violently for about 5 seconds. Are you all right? Huh? Oh, it was just a slight headache. But hey, won't the test you said earlier start yet? Addendum. Despite all efforts of related parties, the origin of SCP-161-JP remains unknown, and no effective treatment or prevention has been found. The number of SCP-161-JP patients is still increasing, and is verging on the limits of the Foundation's ability to correspond. In preparation for the worst-case scenario, the Foundation, with full cooperation of the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, has embarked on a long-term preservation plan for intangible cultural properties, such as traditional dances, martial arts, and sports that involve the movement wander. Fortunately, the influence of SCP-161-JP has stayed within the action/concept wander, a term of less importance on daily routines. However, if a similar disorder affecting important ideas, such as sleep or eat, would occur, the damage is presumed to be enormous, and the establishment of an immediate remedy would be necessary. It is necessary to establish a method of dealing with this disease as soon as possible. End of log.